magic, believe you could have it. And I know of sadness, the anxious and panic, the infinite vastness of all that is blackness.
Welcome back, my enlightened ones. Welcome back to the channel. It's Kat 4 Winds here. In case you're new and stumbling across us tonight, thank you all for being here. We got quite the night going on here tonight. As you can see, I got my clovers on my face. I actually reversed my camera, so when I point somewhere, I know where I'm pointing and it's not in reverse. So that's going to help out when we look for our little fairies and stuff running about here. So we have Julie in here. Hello, Julie. And we have Adam and Vincent and Sarah and Shane. And we have Chris in here with us as well. So it's going to be a fun night. I want to do fairy cards with you guys in a little bit. Michael, hey, Mike, thanks for stopping in there, bud. So how is everybody tonight? Everybody good? You in for a fun-filled evening? I have an automatic writing I'm going to actually be starting out with tonight, and it has to do with aliens, so that's kind of crazy. So everybody good? You want to get this rocking and rolling because it's maybe a little lengthy. I have to go over a few things with you guys first. So first we're going to talk about the Ides of March, okay? The Ides of March is on the Roman lunar calendar. The Ides refers to the first new moon of the month, which usually falls between the 13th to the 15th. The Ides of March, though, refers specifically to March 15th, no matter when the new moon rises. So this is the Ides of March. Of course, our full moon is going to be March 7th, and it's a huge thing that's going to be bringing in amazing energy. We're removing blockages from our lives. All the shadow work that we've been doing is really going to start to come back at us as far as new opportunities, new things are going to be opening up for us. And so it's a great time to start any business adventures. I know some of you are kind of in the crossroads of your life right now, wondering if you should stay on the same employment opportunity that you're at, or should you go forth. So now is the time to check into that. So the Ides of March, okay, got rid of that. All right, shamrock and clover. The difference between a shamrock and a clover, okay? A shamrock was actually, oh, I just had something fly over here. So do pay attention. I have put some cream out over here, over by the candles that are over here. There is cream in a cup for them, as well as rose water, the lake rose water. So I'm trying to bait them in to come and say hi and participate in the class, because I will be talking about the Tuatha and the Dawn, and the leprechauns are part of the Tuatha the Dawn tribe that I work with. So the shamrock, all right, means little clover, okay? It's used to refer to the white clover species of the suckling clover species. It's also the symbol of Ireland, St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick has, over here, notice it's got 3 petals on it. It stands for the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. That was what St. Patrick claimed it to be. All right, so the shamrock is a young sprig used as a symbol of Ireland. St. Patrick, Ireland patron saint, is said to have used the metaphor of the Christian Holy Trinity, as I said, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Clover. The clover blossoms, on the other hand, are symbols of gentleness, subtlety, purity. Metaphorically speaking, the clover flowers also symbolizes calm inner strength and innate prosperity in consciousness. The belief in abundant spirit of this flower has been so strong that it got reflected in the proverbial phrase, to live in clover. So anyway, so clover or trefoil are common names for plants of the genus Trefoilium. So that is the difference between a clover and a shamrock. A shamrock basically is what St. Patrick claimed to be the Holy Trinity, and a clover is just basically a very broad species genus of all the plants. So, hi, Penny. Welcome, sweetheart. Glad to have you. All right. So, the Ides of March. Let's talk about Julius Caesar just for a moment, shall we? Before he died here. Okay. So, the Ides of March. You ever heard the saying, that's the last straw? Well, that term comes from this lovely being, okay? Julius Caesar's. Do not speak evil of one another, brethren. He who speaks evil of a brother and judges his brother speaks evil of the law and judges the law. But if you judge the law, you are not a doer of the law, but a judge. There is one lawgiver who is able to save and destroy. Who are you to judge another? Okay. So the problem with Julius Caesar, okay, he did three things that was the final straw. And it's so funny because Julius Caesar was born cesarean section. He was the first C-section ever performed, in case nobody knew that. And he actually died by the knife as well. 23 stab wounds to be exact. So that's kind of crazy. So what he did was, I took out my page. Gotta find my page. All right. So the Ides of March. Okay. So the Ides of March. Okay. Romans did not number each day of the month from the first to the last day in our calendar year, as we see. We do not have from the 1st to the 31st and so forth and so on. They did not number their days this way. They counted back from the 3 fixed points of the month. The nones, the 5th or the 7th, 9 days, exclusive before the Ides. The Ides, the 13th, the most months, but the 15th is March, May, July, and October. These were Ides. Originally, the Ides were supposed to be determined by the full moon, as I said. So the Ides basically is when the full moon of March is coming into play, reflecting the lunar origin of the Roman calendar. In the earliest calendar, the Ides of March would have been the first full moon of the new year. Remember, March was their new year, okay? They didn't have January and February. March was the new year for them. So Happy New Year. Okay, we did the shamrock. Okay, here we go. So Caesar's assassination. Let's go back to this picture here. Okay, they're basically stabbing him to death. That's Caesar there in the middle, going down for the count. Caesar's assassination ultimately occurred primarily due to the concerns that he wished to crown himself the king of Rome. These concerns were exacerbated by the 3 last straws. Of 45 to 44 BC, in just a few months, Caesar had disrespected the Senate. They were actually giving him honors and asked him to rise, and he refused to rise. He removed the people's tribunes. They actually had, this was called a diadem right here. They actually had this. This is what Caesar actually wears around his head. This is his crown. But they actually set this upon a statue, and he kept pulling it off the statue and being disrespectful. He removed it several times, and he toyed with the monarchy. So by February, the conspiracy that caused his assassination was born. So Ides of March, day in the ancient Roman calendar that falls on March 15th, is associated with the misfortune in June. It became renowned as the date on which Roman dictator Julius Caesar was assassinated in 44 BCE and was further immortalized in the tragedy Julius Caesar by the English dramatist William Shakespeare. He passed this up one day. I had to throw this in there. I thought it was funny. New knife-proof togas. Caesar second-guessed his earlier decision. Okay, so I just wanted to touch on the Ides of March because we are in a new month now here. I am going to jump back over to comments over here and just say hi to everybody. Got Julie and Penny. So welcome to have you here. Shane and Chris and Vincent and Adam and Michael and moving on. Okay. So, here we go. Leprechauns. What are they? Okay. So, leprechauns, okay, are reputed to be members of the Tuatha, and as I said, this is my tribal, my little fairies you see zooming around this room every so often. They are part of the Tuatha tribe. Guys, can you show yourselves and come and say hi to everybody? So do keep an eye out over here. They were buzzing around earlier. It's been a little quiet. I did put Oh, there's one now. Did you see it? It just went right up here. So anyway, that was awesome. Can you do it one more time? Just let them know that it's you coming right in front of my camera and come say hi. So I do have cream over there for them, and I do have rose water set up for them because the Fae do love rose water. Oh, there's one that just came in front of my shoulder. Ha ha! You guys are awesome. All right, awesome. So this is the Tuatha, and the Tuatha are described as a supernatural race, much like idolized humans who are immune from aging and sickness, and who have powers of magic. What was it? Magical. The powers most often the elements attributed women. Juice. The powers most often attributed to the Tuatha and are controlled over the weather and the elements, and the ability to shapeshift themselves and other things. They are also said to control the fertility of the land. And like I said, it's so weird because when I mow the lawn, they actually tell me to tell them I'm going to mow the lawn, because when I cut the top of the grass, that energy starts leaching out the top of the grass. Each grass has its own little life, and it starts leaching out. So what they do is when I let them know that I'm going to mow the lawn, they pull the energy back into the ground until the grass starts to heal itself and it's not leaching that energy out everywhere. So it's just really crazy what they do. So the leprechaun in Irish, okay, is a supernatural being in folklore classed by some as a type of solitary fairy. They are usually depicted as a little bearded men wearing a coat and hat who partake in mischief and have many witches. They are known as shoe cobblers as well as elemental beings of nature. They're known as shoe cobblers because they're always running around and wearing their shoes out. There's when I get into this a little bit further, you're going to hear that some people feel that leprechauns are evil. The ones I deal with are not evil. Again, remember I mentioned to you guys about the Seelie and the Unseelie court. Just as you have good people, you have bad people. Just as you have demons, you have angels. Just as you have good elementals, you have bad elementals. Your Unseelie court are the baddies, and the Seelie court are the goodies. It's just quite that simple. You got the good, the bad, and the ugly here. All right, so the leprechaun, here we go, are classed by some a type solitary fairy. They're usually depicted as little bearded men, wearing a coat, a hat, carrying a shillelagh, a walking stick. The shillelagh is also known as their stick of war, and I have one actually behind me on my bed that I found in my woods that was given to me by my youngest daughter. And funny because I moved away, and when I moved back to the house I was staying at, I heard in my head, finish it. So I finished it. So I have my shillelagh finished over here on my bed, and I'll show it to you in just 1 second. Typically made of stout, knotty, blackthorn stick with a large knob at the top. It is associated with Ireland and Irish folklore. I'm going to show you mine right here. Okay, so this is a shillelagh, okay. It has a knob. This is the knob right here. My youngest daughter gave this to me. My dead mother-in-law, Shirley Harrison, loved violets, so I painted violets all over the shillelagh. I do have a crystal smoky quartz point at the top, but you can see it's pretty long. Okay, so that's my shillelagh. But what makes a shillelagh, in case you want to make one for yourself, is you want to find a stick that has this knob. The knob is very important. Probably for smacking people over the head. All right, so here's some more shillelaghs. Shillelagh typically made from a stout, knotty blackthorn stick with a large knob at the top. It's associated with Ireland and Irish folklore, known by many names, including the bada in Gaelic. The bada, I wonder if that's the word bat comes from, that beating people with it, which means fighting stick. The original cane gets its name from the shillelagh forest in the country of Wicklow, Hillelagh. Okay, some of the symbols associated with the leprechaun, of course. We have our little pot of gold over here. We have the rainbow, which is where supposedly the pot of gold is located. We have the 4-leaf clover, and I have a bunch of real 4-leaf clovers that I have found. I'm very good at finding 4-leaf, 5-leaf clovers. So I have a whole bunch of them here in front of me, which I'm going to share with you. The flag, of course, the Irish flag, and which is where you get the green color from. The hat, also too, the green ale, of course, Ireland, pretzels, and also too, you have the good luck of the horseshoe, and it has to be upright. If you put it down like this, the luck runs out of the horseshoe, and it has to be made of iron. So that's one of the things that kind of goes along with that. All right, the folklore of the 4-leaf clover differs from that of the shamrock due to the fact that it has no religious allusions associated with it. As I said, Saint Patrick claimed the three leafed clover for that. So Father, Son, Holy Ghost, okay? And the 4-leaf clover represents something different. First is hope, the second is faith, the third is love, and the fourth is happiness. The good luck attached with the 4-leaf clover predates Christianity in Ireland back to the ancient Druid priests. This is where your Druids come into play. This is where your paganism's coming into play, people. So we've gone from the Romans, and now we're going to be going over to Pan here eventually. I'm doing Hecate next week. She's very important. She's the keeper of crossroads. Cockroaches. Where'd that come from? She's the keeper of crossroads and magic and all these lovely, beautiful things, including the black sun that we discussed in Helios's class. Okay, so let me show you some of my 4-leaf clovers. I have a whole jar full of them. Like I said, I'm very good at finding 4-leaf clovers. I have many, and I'm dropping them everywhere. I do have a 5-leaf in here, and I will show that to you if you just give me one moment here. Let's see here. So if you find a 4-leaf clover, I like to put it in tape. It's great to press it in a book. That's great. But I like to put it in tape. And the reason why is because I can move it, I can bend it, and I'm not going to break it once it dries out. It has lost its color. But this is great when I do like a good luck ritual or something. I can burn one of these in my ritual. It's preserved. The magic's in the tape. It's all preserved there, but you can see these. These are all 4-leaf clovers. Let me pull out my 5-leaf clover here. I do has one. Look at that size. Look at that puppy. There's a big one there. A lot of these I actually found at break when I was used to work. I'd go outside and smoke and look through and find them. It only takes me about 5 or 10 minutes to find a 4-leaf clover. It's just kind of weird. It's just something I'm really good at. I have about 30 of them in this jar. I'm trying to find my 5-leaf. Where's my 5-leaf? Did I drop it? I had a 5-leaf in there. Oh, here he is. This is my 5-leaf here. There we go. So you can count them. There's actually 5 leaves on there. So these are great for if you find them, honor them. It's very hard to find 4-leaf clovers. It's almost like you have to be deemed worthy. So if you love nature and all that lovely stuff, you're deemed worthy. So the leprechaun, here he is. We're doing the fairy cards tonight. I have linked them below. Also, too, before I forget, there's a man. Give me 1 second, and I'll have to find his name for you. But it is linked below in the description on my page. It's a 3-minute clip. If you can watch it afterwards, you can actually see a real leprechaun walking. He's got a hat on and everything. This man has many of these videos. I've watched many of them, and this is the real McCoy here. This isn't fake stuff. So if you do want to watch that, it's a 3-minute clip. As I said, you actually see the man sitting below a grassy knoll, and there's a tree, and you actually see this being probably about this tall come out fully clothed with a hat on, and he walks on by. So that's kind of crazy. So the leprechauns, as I said, are part of the Tuatha Dé Danann. According to folklore, the Tuatha Dé Danann were driven underground as human civilization blossomed. Now, keep in mind, all these things, all these classes I've shared with you, these were real live beings. Once upon a time, they changed as we go up in ascension, so did they. They got powers. As you go up in ascension, you start getting more gifts. You start getting more psychic powers. You start getting more psychic visions. You start having more intuition and understanding everything. So it's kind of crazy. All right, the leprechaun is a diminutive super being in Irish folklore, classed by some as a type of solitary fairy. Um, let's see here. As having bearded men wearing a coat and hat who's partake in mischief. In later times, they were depicted as shoemakers who have a hidden pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Leprechaun-like creatures rarely appear in Irish mythology and only become prominent in later folklore. The Anglo-Irish, okay, the word leprechaun is described from Old Irish, and it's funny because it has the lycropan. It has the word pan in it. Pan is a goat-like being of fertility, and this is his time of year when he starts to rule, so he will be an upcoming class very soon, okay? So the current spelling of leprechaun, let's see here, is used throughout Ireland, but there are numerous other variants of spelling leprechaun, okay? So let's go down to here. Leprechaun may have been coined Luagla, I guess, in Greek, means small, and corpse, corp. From the Latin mean corpus, body, or so had been suggested by Whiteley Stokes. However, research published in 2019 suggested that the word derives from the Luperci and associated to the Roman festival Lupercalia. We discussed this. Purification. This is the time of the year when your fairies and your leprechauns and all these beautiful beings really start getting active. They help things bloom. They help the buds to come. They put the energies back into the trees. This is what they do. People think that fairies are element of air. They are not. They are elements of earth. They control the energies of earth. Basically, if you believe in angels, you can believe in fairies, because fairies are just a smaller angel with their job that they do here for us. So that's kind of crazy. All right. Solitary fairies, like the leprechaun, wear red jackets, whereas the trooping fairies wear green. Yes, there's different color jackets. I did not know this. The leprechaun's jacket has 7 rows of buttons with 7 buttons to each row. I could not find one. I could not find this actual jacket. I'm going to jump over to comments because I've been being so rude. Hail Cat, the Queen of Clovers. Yes, I love St. Patrick's Day because we have been in winter and it's just a black time of year because there's no color and we can't get out in the sun without freezing our little butts off. So when we see, and that's the whole reason why we bring the Christmas tree in the house, is to honor that greenery and the spirit of the elements, Mother Gaia, okay? So we honor that, and when St. Patrick's comes around, it's like, oh, phew, we're almost through winter. Spring's almost here. It's actually in 11 more days, I believe it is. So that's pretty crazy. So anyway, moving on. I got to go back to my brands though. Here we go. So this is kind of cool. The great wealth of the fairies comes from the treasure crocks buried of old in war times, which they have uncovered and appropriated. According to some, the leprechaun is the son of an evil spirit, that's not true, and a degenerate fairy, and is not wholly good or wholly evil. So anyway, I do have pictures. I have a picture of a fairy. I actually shared it in my last elemental class with you guys. So anyway, I will be sharing that in a moment with you guys. So the leprechaun is said to, okay, so the man that put the video down below, I have his name now. It's Erwin Saunders, okay? He's in the description. Like I said, there's a 3-minute clip. You can actually see a leprechaun walking up on a hill. Okay. So the leprechaun is said to be a solitary creature whose principal occupation is making and cobbling shoes and who enjoys practical jokes. In McAlley's 1888 account, the leprechaun was not a professional cobbler, but was frequently seen mending his own shoes as he runs around so much and wears out the soles with great frequency. This is, he claims, the perfect opportunity for a human being to capture a leprechaun, refusing to release him until the leprechaun gives him the captor supernatural wealth. I have yet to catch one, and I'm friends with them. I respect all, but hey, feel free and try. It is stressed that the leprechaun, though some may call it fairy, is clearly to be distinguished from the AOC, and here's the AOC here, okay? All right, or the good people of the fairy mounds. The she or ras leprechaun being solitary is one distinguishing characteristic, but additionally the leprechaun is thought to be only engaged in pranks on the level of mischief requiring special caution, but in contrast, the AOC may carry out deeds more menacing to humans. The spiriting away of children. You've heard me mention the changeling, where they create a golem, a child out of natural elements, mud, rock, whatever, and they put it in the bed of your newborn child, and they take your child away, and they put magic on it, and it looks like your child, but it's ailing, and it dies usually within 3 days, and you think your child is dead and gone, and they bury it, and they've swished your child away and is now living in the fairy realm. So that's kind of crazy there. But that's called a changeling, in case you want to look that up. I can show that to you in the cards. It will probably appear tonight. This identification of leprechaun as fairy has been considered to be popular notion by modern folklorists. He observes the dwarf of the Teutonic. Teutonic means German tribe. It's a crowd of people, okay? That the dwarf of the Teutonic tribe in other traditions, as well as the household familiar, are more amenable to comparison. According to William Butler Yeats, the great wealth of these fairies comes from treasure crocks buried of old war time, which they have been uncovered and appropriated. According to David Russell McAlley, the leprechaun is the son of the evil spirit, as I said, okay? So I'm going to move on here. So this little dude here, Farderig, is also called the Farderig or Fearderig, okay? It means to fear. They usually have a very old, wrinkly, crumpled faces, and they usually are wearing a red jacket. Okay. Let's see here. All right. According to Yeats, the solitary fairies, like the leprechaun, wear red jackets, whereas the trooping fairies wear green, as I said. He writes that the red jacket is covered in frieze. Frieze one is a wool. It's a wool material that has raw edges, and in the Ulster, the creature wears a cocked hat, and when he is up to anything unusual or mischievous, he leaps onto the wall and spins, balancing himself on the point of his hat with his heels in the air. He's described to be about 3 feet tall, is dressed in a little red jacket, a roundabout with red breeches buckled at the knee, gray or black stockings, and a hat cocked on the style about a century ago over a little old withered face, round with a neck is a Elizabethan ruff. Frills of lace are at his wrist on the wild west coast, where the Atlantic winds bring almost constant rains. He dispenses with ruff and frills and wears a frieze overcoat, so a wool overcoat, with pretty red suit, so that unless you're on the lookout for the cocked hat, ye might pass a leprechaun on the road and never know it's himself. or what it was at all. This dress could vary by region. However, McNally's account, there were differences between leprechauns and logimens from different regions. Okay, the northern leprechaun or loggyman wore a military red coat with white breeches. The Lagardouin or Tipperary wore an antique slash jacket of red with peaks all around with a jockey cap. Now it's funny, they mentioned the jockey cap. The leprechaun that I have, his name's Seamus and Petrel. These are the two that I caught in the picture. Petrel actually has this jockey cap on his head, and you will see it in the next picture I'm about to show you. Sporting a sword which he uses as a magic wand. Okay, in the poem The Leprechaun or Fairy Shoemaker in the 18th century, Irish poet William Allingham describes the appearance of the leprechaun as a wrinkled, wizened, bearded elf, spectacles stuck on his pointed nose, silver buckles on his hose, leather apron, shoe in his lap. The modern image of the leprechaun sitting on the toadstool having red beard or green hat, etc., is clearly more modern invention or borrowed from other strands in European folklore. The most likely explanation of the modern-day leprechaun appearance is that the green is a traditional national Irish color dating back as far as 1642. The hat might be derived from the style outdated fashion still common in Ireland in the 19th century. This style of fashion was commonly worn by Irish immigrants in the United States since some Elizabethan era clothes were still common in Ireland in the 19th century. All right, let's see here. They guard a hidden treasure. Wouldn't you like to find that gold? Okay, according to some scholars, the word leprechaun comes from the ancient Irish Celtic god, the cultured hero Lugh. Now remember, when we were discussing the Wheel of the Year in Wicca, Luna Sta, okay, which is June 21st. It's a celebration of the first harvest and so forth. That's where Luna Sta gets its name from, is Lugh. So you can see where the Tuath and the Dawnin and all these beings are tied into this paganism and the traditions that come with it. Lugh was originally the god of the sun and light, and then he became a great warrior, ruler of ancient Ireland. Lugh's stature literally diminished over time as the Christianity of Europe gathered pace. He was eventually transformed into Lugh Cromain, meaning stooping Lugh, as he now inhabited the underground. So he was the sun and then the stooping Lugh, which means that the sun went underground, so to speak. He was eventually transformed and has now inhabited the underground world of the Sidhe, where all the other gods were relegated to as the people forgot their traditions and embraced new religions. Lugh thus became a sort of fairy craftsman, and he formed there. Lugh became a leprechaun, a diminutive fairy goblin, or in medieval folklore. Okay, so I'm going to show you pictures of elementals first here. Okay, now I've circled, as you can see, the purple circle in the middle. There are two that are there. You can actually see right on the edge of the circle on the right, you can see the point of his ear goes into his cheek, his forehead, his nose, and his chin. And then there's a bigger head to the left. This is like an ogre thing. I'm not sure what that is. It's got a big nose. His mouth is kind of turned down. They're both there in the middle. If you look up to the upper right, there's a being that's there. It almost looks like he might have horns on his head. That could be a form of Pan as well. There is something down in the bottom right. I'm not sure what that is. I can just feel the energy of it. And again, there's one over to the left. I believe that's a gnome. You can see his little cheeks and his nose. He's looking directly ahead, and there's something up in the other corner. These are my leprechauns here that I've caught in the woods. I'm going to show you the next picture because the invisible being standing on the left side of that dark tree, he's got his hand on his hip. I'm going to show it to you. I circled him. But if you look behind the dark tree, Seamus, you can actually see the white of his collar just barely coming out. He was just materializing when I took this shot. took the shot. And then behind him is Petrel. You can actually see the white collar on him, and there's that hat. If you look, it looks like a child's face, and he's got a brown hat above on his head that looks like that they mentioned that cap, and he actually has a shillelagh going up in front of his face. So I'll show you the next picture here where you can see where they all are. See the invisible beings standing on the left side of the tree? These things are invisible. They hide from us and they watch us. Why can't you see what? What happened? Oh, hey, Jasmine. Welcome, sweetheart. So anyway, so that's kind of crazy there. So you can see them there. And I do want to show you this again because this is my little friend. Okay, this is Lichen. He's sitting on the grass underneath the orb to the left. That is Sarah Sinister's camera all the way to the left of the corner. I kind of blew the picture up a little bit, but I couldn't go any more into it because if I did, he was really going to pixelate out. But you can see he's got a pointy little hat on his head. He's got his arm hanging down. He's actually sitting on a blade of grass. So that's crazy, crazy. All right, leprechauns have another ancient source of inspiration, the small water sprites in Celtic mythology. These elves are fairies known as Leprechaun, first appear in Irish literature, which dates back to the 8th century CE. A number of mischievous sprites captured the hero Fergus while he was asleep to take away his sword and attempt to carry him over the water. Fergus wakes up when one of his toes touched the water's surface and managed to grab 3 of the sprites. The sprites win their freedom by promising to teach Fergus their swimming skills. So that's interesting. We're going to go back up to the far Derrig. Another possible source of inspiration for leprechauns are the terrible monsters who appear in the 12th century. They are the Cloconi, male spirits seen in wider European folklore who are said to haunt cellars, living alone and often dressed in fine red clothes. Sometimes carries a purse full of silver coins in a small size but large in appetite for his 2 favorite habits, smoking and drinking. That's where the green beer probably came into play. He made the beer green. All right. He likes to drink and smoke. Hey, he's a partier. Good for you. He does scare away thieving servants. So he does, he likes to hang out in wine cellars. So if you have a wine cellar, he may be down there sampling the goods. All right. He shares similarities to the brownie of Scottish Gaelic folklore who lives in the barns and does chores at night. Although, if sighted, he can break things like plates and spill milk. Yet another Far Derrig, who is an ugly little fairy with a wrinkled old face. That's this dude here. All right. In some religions of Ireland, he is very tall, while wherever he is regarded as being small, he can at least change his size at will. He is very fond of practical jokes, but some of these can be lethal, and hence he might be considered an evil leprechaun. The one good trait of the Far Derrig is that he can, if he so wishes, release people who become trapped in fairyland. Finally, the morose of the folklore from Gaelic and Gaelic, both in Spain, guard tombs and are associated with the hidden treasures, as shall see the leprechauns borrowed features from all these creatures in their rise towards dominance in the Irish mythology and folklore as everyone's favorite fairy. All right, I do want to say this. They are in the underworld, and I don't mean hell, okay? They do reside in the underworld, just as heaven has different dimensions, is 12 heavens, which I'll be teaching in the Holy Fire Reiki class. There's different sections in the underworld, as you have Hades that's in the underworld, that keeps the lost souls that they don't know what to do with them. They're not evil, but they're not good either to go up in frequency and go where they need to go. So they hold them there for either Judgment Day or whatever comes to pass. So anyway, but they do live in the underworld. So when, and I want to stress this, when I go and do land cleansings and stuff, it's just not Native American that you're bothering when you take out a hill or take out a mound that might just look innocent enough. It could be a burrow to the underworld going down. It could be a gateway going down that's very sacred to the leprechauns and the Tuatha and the Donnan tribe, and you could be pissing them off. So as my sign says, don't piss off the fairies. So anyway, just keep that in mind when you go digging and looking for things. Always ask permission. It comes down to respect. It really does. National Leprechaun Day is, okay, May 13th. This is when National Leprechaun Day is celebrated. I wanted to do leprechauns in March because I know this is when the Tuatha and the Donnan tribe are marching and going forth and so forth. And as I said, the shamrocks. Here's a lucky spell. On St. Patrick's Day, fill a small glass jar with clean water and add a few drops of green food coloring. Drop a coin into the water, swirl it around 3 times, and chant, "O leprechaun, I call forth by the earthly powers of the north. Follow the rainbow and come to me, O leprechaun, hear my plea." Light a green candle that has been inscribed with the Irish claddagh symbol. It's like crown with wings coming off of it. That's the claddagh symbol. And anoint with basil, cinnamon, nutmeg, and pine essential oil. Place the candles in front of the green water glass. Something just went over by my door over here. Or you can get the shamrock leaves in a circle around the candle and glass and then chant, "Candle, flame, and herbs of power, wealth and luck now will shower, bringing me all that I desire. The magic grows within the fire." Spend a few moments envisioning the luck and wealth that you desire. See it as something that is already accomplished rather than something that will happen. Bring it into the here and now. See yourself having it now. Don't wait for it to happen. Thank the leprechaun and give him a gift. Leprechauns like fruit, nuts, dandelion tea. They also like Earl Grey tea. Mine do anyway. They also appreciate a bit of fine leather, some wax thread, or tiny nails for shoemaking. Once the candle has burned down, take it and the herbs and the water outdoors and bury everything except the coin. Place the coin on your altar or carry it with you for good luck talisman. Another thing you can do, make a leprechaun trap. Fun little thing to do with the grandchildren. They get a kick out of it. Just buy some little fake gold coins there, put a hat up, put a stick on it. How simple is that? But that's just another fun way. Have a bowl of Lucky Charms. Okay, another thing that you can do. Okay, so that's the leprechaun. I do want to go over 15 facts about leprechauns, but I'm going to jump over to here. Hi, Jasmine. I missed you. Glad you made it. Glad everybody's here. So this is kind of crazy. I am going to be sharing an automatic writing in 1 second as soon as I go over these quick 15 facts. And I'm not going to go into big details because I want to do the cards with you. I want to do some readings on you guys tonight. So that will be fun. Leprechauns are fairies. Number 1. Number 2, there are not any female leprechauns. No wonder they're making those shoes all the time. They're sexually frustrated. There's a leprechaun colony in Portland, Oregon. There's actually, if you type in leprechaun watch, they actually have cameras set up in Ireland, and they look over a field and they scan back and forth over the fields. And you can actually watch this in real time, and you can actually go and try to look for your own leprechauns there. So that's kind of cool. Leprechaun means small body. Number 5, sometimes leprechauns are red. Number 6, leprechauns have troublesome cousins called Clurcaun. Okay, what are these? Also sporting red. They're very rambunctious, a mythical creature that shares many characteristics with the leprechaun. These beings are always described as drunk and surly. My type of fellows, they like to drink. All right, they like to ride animals at night, so your horses might disappear. They like to clear out an entire wine cellar, so yeah, hold on to your goods there. Some accounts explain these troublemakers as night form of leprechauns. After a hard day's work, the bearded fairies go and need to get a little tipsy. It's hard life being a leprechaun, carrying around all that gold. Number 7, leprechauns are bankers and cobblers at the fairy worlds. You need a loan? Go see a leprechaun. Leprechauns are sneaky? Yes. I have stories about Sarah, but I won't tell them to you because it's very embarrassing for Sarah. Leprechauns can be generous if you are kind to them. Sometimes, number 10, sometimes they claim to have found the remains of an actual leprechaun. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. Number 11, leprechauns are protected under European law. If they're not real beings, why would they have them protected under European law? There must be some truth there somewhere. The truth is out there. Okay, some accounts say leprechauns can live underwater, okay? These are usually your undines. As I said, any being that's supernatural that lives under the water is known as an undine, your sprites and so forth and so on. Leprechauns might have a divine heritage. Some sources say leprechauns are derivatives of Irish deity Lu, as I said, the god of the sun in arts and crafts. After the rise of Christianity, the importance was diminished and he was demoted to a shoemaker folklore character known as Lou Cremain. All right, number 14, you can pretend to be a leprechaun for a good cause. In March, there are marathons all over the country that encourage the participants to dress up like leprechauns. The festival runners help raise money for charity while getting in on St. Patrick's Day spirit. Okay, and number 15, you can make your own leprechaun trap. There it is. All right, so those are the 15 facts on leprechauns. Okay, so seeing we're on mythical things, I have an automatic writing here that I want to read to you guys. I'm going to jump over to chat first, make sure everybody's okay. Everybody's sleeping? All right, so the Pleiadians. About 6 years ago, I started having dreams of Pleiadians. They're very beautiful beings. They're anywhere from 6 to 9 feet tall. They have pale, kind of bluish skin and blonde, beautiful hair. They are beautiful, beautiful beings of light. I remember my dream. One of them was teaching me how to use a Carillion photography, how to take photographs with a Carillion camera that actually catches auras of people. So that was quite interesting. So anyway, this is my other book. As I said, I do many automatic writings. This is from a different book. I've been rereading them all. I actually found an automatic writing, as I said, for Hecate, which I will be reading to you guys next week. Okay, so here we go. So remember, listen with your open minds and open hearts. No judgment here, please. The reason why I'm reading this to you is because there's very valuable lessons in this automatic writing. Oh, did you see that? Look right in front of me. Did you see that? He came around here and went in front of my face and then went back to the fairy house. That was awesome. Thank you, sweetheart. So anyway, they're trying to show you we're real. So anyway, so open hearts, open minds, and I don't even think Sarah has, I don't think anyone's have heard me read this one before. So please take this reading for you guys too, because you're all enlightened. You're all going up in ascension. So this is also directed at you. And this is another reason why I want to read this to you. All right. So collective beings. So this is a few of them that are speaking to me here. This is August 2nd, 2018. You can actually see the date here. Maybe there it is. Okay. So, the automatic writings, when I do them, do not look like this. I just want to make that clear. It's scribbled and it's very fast, and they don't cross their T's and they don't dot their I's. They just go. This, what you're seeing in this book, is I rewrite it so it's more legible, and this is my legacy I'm leaving behind for my daughter Sarah and my family. So, yes, Catherine, we are all here, your collective family of light. Yes, when you hear the word yes, I'm asking a question in my head and they're answering me, okay? Yes, the Pleiadians have been in contact with you. I was asking them because I woke up from that dream. Have the Pleiadians been in contact with me? Yes, they've been in contact. You have been in contact with you. They work closely with you and your friends in your dream state. Remember, when we're sleeping, we're not sleeping, we're astral projecting, we're learning valuable lessons, and it all comes forth as needed when it's applied. But we still have that veil of amnesia that we wake up from, and it's like, what the hell was I dreaming about? I hate that. But a lot of times they drop that veil of amnesia because we're fighting things when we're sleeping, and they don't want us to have that mess with our psyche. So they drop that veil of amnesia, or we might remember it as a bad dream. Okay. Let's see here. They teach you many things in dream state that will surface consciously as needed. They are also healing you as well as raising your frequencies and expanding you more consciously as you reach new heights. The Pleiadians teach you to understand your gifts and your talents of healing and teaching all to others. You are crossing over to higher states of consciousness of being one with all, and we are all doing this right now. You are feeling and knowing much more now. You hold honor and integrity deep within your heart. Every passing day, your love for humanity, animals, and nature steadily grows, and as it grows, you become more integrated into it all. You become one with all. Your duality is changing. Remember, I said from right brain, left brain, right brain, all right, into becoming one with all, which is done through the heart. Every day you grow brighter, you grow stronger, you are learning very quickly now. All is manifesting faster as the frequency of Tara rises. Tara, they call Earth Tara. So if you hear me say Tara, they're referring to Mother Gaia, okay? They'll say Mother Gaia when they're talking about Mother Gaia, but Tara is the body of Mother Gaia, if that makes sense, okay? All right, so all is manifesting faster as the frequencies of Tara rises, vibrations quicken as time flies faster. When we don't fight these changing times, your ebb and flow of the universe, you are no longer fearful of what will be and no longer fight these changing times. You have learned to embrace the inevitable. You are learning to move with the energies of Mother Gaia and all her inhabitants. Embrace all, keep love in your heart at all times, and stay fluid within these new vibrations that are coming to be. Feel all with your heart, and the mind will fall into accord with the heart over time. Embrace all that life has to offer. Know you are worthy of all this glory. It is your birthright. Humans have a tendency to deny themselves of wants and needs. This is the part I want you guys to listen to. You put boundaries up on your realities, your beliefs, your consciousness. You deny yourselves the experiences because you limit yourselves by not believing in the unbelievable. Abundance is yours for the taking. Believe that you are worthy of wonderful things. Believe you are worthy to be loved. You, Catherine, have fought many battles. You have lived many lifetimes and have suffered immeasurably, just as we have all suffered in our physical forms. And this is what I'm telling you. They were all physical beings once upon a time. Now they've transcended. They're gods and they're goddesses, and they're all these lovely beings that are around us. You can tap into that world. They're reaching out to you. You just gotta stop and listen and meditate and do things to reach out. Okay, sorry, going on. Just as we have all suffered in our physical forms, it is all part of the experience of the soul's evolutional journey. We suffer, we endure, we learn, we evolve, become wiser, stronger, and rise up. These times of peril is when we grow the most spiritually. These critical times force us to go within ourselves to soul search the answers, the truth. We turn back and seek out our Creator. The Creator, God, loves you all beyond time and space. This concept humans has a hard time comprehending, understanding so. It is not the knowledge that makes the man great. Listen to this. It is their love and understanding of all beings as one that makes a great being. Do I need to read that again? Okay, it's not the worth that you do, it's reaching out and helping other people and helping humanity. That's what makes a great being. Being a friend, a companion to someone in need, as you say it best. Love is love is love. They hear my words, okay? Love transcends time and space. It never dissipates and goes away. Love is the highest vibrational known to humanity. Love heals all. 528 hertz is the love frequency. I preach this to my friends all the time. I tell people to go listen to it. It's wonderful. It heals you from the DNA up. Did you know that you're only 2-strand DNA? Did you know that you were actually 12 helix once upon a time, and that 10 of those helixes got shut down? And scientists have just recently discovered black matter in our DNA. And guess what that black matter is? It's the 12 helixes. It's the other 10 helixes they shut down. These are our magical helixes. These are our powers. This is what they're giving back to us. These are our gifts that are coming to you. If you want to believe it, you can go do some research on it and you'll find that it's true. There's dark matter in our DNA. All right. Love frequency, nature, and balance vibrations at this frequency, that's the 528 frequency, is the frequency of life itself. Pure unconditional love knows no boundaries, casts no judgment on others, no stipulations on the laws. You are truly free when you love. You are truly free when you love. Very important. Love is always worth the risk of failure. Even a broken heart helps us to learn and grow spiritually. All is a learning lesson until we perfect what we have. Times are moving swiftly now. They tell me time is no longer linear anymore. Okay? It's not fixed anymore. Okay? We can manipulate our environments. We can slow time down and we can speed time up. And there's ways to do it. It's called quantum leaping. All right. Higher levels of consciousness that you are now able to reach. So many new beings who wish to commune with you are starseed to express their gratitude for all you do here on Tara. Just as your worlds open the minds and doors of others, you awaken those helping souls with their evolutional journeys. Your vibration raises others by just the mere presence of you. They say this many times, being near them. Even the closed-minded beings feel you. And this is important too, because you're going to find as you go up in frequency higher and higher, you're going to offend people just by being in their presence. And this is what they're talking about here. Some will gravitate towards you, while others will detest the sight of you. Either way, you raise them up. Watch their reactions towards you. Some will open their hearts to you, while others will flee. Experiment, have fun. This is that grocery store thing I do. I send love at somebody in the store that's not even looking at me, and they'll turn around. They'll either look at me and smile, or they'll look at me and hate my guts. It's so funny. All right. If they flee, just know it is not you. It is their fears driving them away. Notice how others will be drawn to you as a moth to a flame. They are searching for answers to how they are feeling, usually feeling lost, disconnected from Prime Creator. You help them out of the emptiness of the void. You are all gatekeepers helping those lost to come back to the light. And this is what we all are. We are all gatekeepers, okay? The Pleiadians are intrigued with you. They will be in contact very soon in your dreams, okay? Now, it's going to say yes. I'm asking the question, will I physically see them other than dream state? Yes, but someday in consciousness you will view them. Keep up your great workings of it all, Catherine, and friends. This is you guys. Great things are flowing to you now. See how far you've come in just a year. See how quickly things are moving now. Keep on shining, dear one. Love always, your collective family of the cosmos. Okay, so that's my crazy automatic writing. I have many more. Trust me. I'm going to go over the comments, and then I think we're going to, what's a helix? Your DNA, the helixes, we had 2 strands of DNA. We actually had 12 once upon a time. That's that twisting of the DNA there. So that's kind of crazy, but it's all coming back to play. The Anunnakis, which is another form of alien race that was actually here on Earth, they're the ones that shut down the 10 helixes, or the other, created the dark matter in our DNA, because we're more easy to control when we don't have abilities, when we don't think for ourselves. We can control the masses, subliminal messaging, dream state, and all this other stuff. So anyway, so that's just kind of crazy there. So I do want to get out the cards. Do you guys want to do some cards? Does that sound like a plan? Okay. So I have linked this below. It is the Fairy Ring deck card. It's the book. And another way to season your cards too is actually, I can give you a list of psychic herbs. Lavender is one of them in here. Star anise is another in here. Cinnamon and a bunch of other things. I actually keep it in the box with my cards. You'll notice it on my cards next week too. I have another bag. Oh, something just went in front of my face. Look at the boo! Oh my God! What the hell? Look! Oh my God! It looked like it just snowed in here. Anyway, maybe it's dust. I don't know, but that was crazy. So anyway, oh, you know what I think it was? I think it's me. Let's try this. Yeah, it was me. That was me this time. Sorry. I won't claim it. Sorry. I forgot I had to bag up. My apologies. Hey, at least I'm not claiming it for what it's not. So anyway. Okay. So, the fairy cards. I have linked them below in the description below. I don't like to use these this very often, and the reason why is they can be very pessimistic cards. They can foretell, not death, but foretell a couple things in your life that you might want to be watching out for. So anyway, so that was crazy. My bad. So anyway, okay. I'm going to put my camera down. Yep. Hey, look at that. There we go. I gotta close a little bit more so it doesn't fall. And that's... Hang on, guys. I get it. Alright. He did this to me last time, too. Son of a gun. Alright, give me a second, guys. I'm going to push this back here. Alright. Who wants to go first? You got to put your energies into the cards. Who's going to go first? It's going over the comments now. Okay. I need to see my lighter. Okay. I'm going to... wish I could. Yeah. That's too big. Let me try. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. Alrighty. So, let's do Julie this time before she falls asleep. Julie, concentrate on the cards and push your energy in a question into the cards. Do it. And let me know when you're ready. Uh-oh. We're already starting to talk. Come on, Julie. All right, I'm going to start shuffling. All right, so we're either looking for a card to fall out of the deck that's speaking to Julie. Well, these suckers are really... Oh, or waiting for one to flip over. I got a pile here. That's not the one I'm going to take. I'm going to take this one that actually fell out. This is the Fairy Festival card of Samhain. It's kind of hard to see here. The Fairy Festival card of Samhain. So what this represents, it represents a celebration. It represents a party or a rites of passage coming to be. It can mean a birth of a child. It can also refer to a marriage or, even a graduation, some form of celebration. That's what that card stands for. Let's do one more for Julie. I'm going to do 2 apiece to everybody because these are pretty quick cards to go through. Come on, Julie, I feel you. That didn't sound right either. Okay. Come on. All right. I'm going to cut the cards, Julie. Concentrate. Okay. So we have the Lake Maiden. Okay, she's actually holding Excalibur, which is the sword in her hand here. So the Lake Maiden represents things hidden below the surface. It can mean good fortune. This is almost like the wish card here that this is. This also means more knowledge is coming to you and good things are coming your way. So that's a good card. Okay, so let's do Vincent. Vincent, put your energies into the card. Ask a question. I'm going to start now. Here I go. Whoops. Wow. Beltane. So Beltane represents new beginnings. So your question, I feel it's kind of work related, the question, and the answer is that it's saying that new beginnings, new adventures, take a chance, putting that in that wish, putting your ideas into play, start manifesting. This is the month to do it, man. March is all about new beginnings. Start manifesting things. If it's a new career or a new choice that you want to make, this card is giving you the thumbs up to do so. So let's do one more. Vincent, I'm going to shuffle again. All right, I'm going to cut at this point because they don't seem to be flipping over for me. There we go. All right. Oh, the Anne. That's awesome. She's awesome. She actually represents, okay, she's of the summer court. If you look, it's got the summer flowers around here. She actually represents a happy marriage. Finances are in order, a happy life, financial stability, can herald in a birth of a child as well. But anyway, so it's happy, healthy marriage and good finances. So that's a great card there. So, okay. Let's do Jasmine. And I got my cards going all the wrong way now. Okay. Jasmine, put your energy into the cards and put a question into them, please. Oh, it probably helps if I got the Leprechaun in here. That was bad. I didn't have my Leprechaun in there. My bad. Okay. I usually do a spread with these cards. Okay. So the Herfest card fell out. The Herfest card, too, also represents a happy home, a happy festival, again, celebration, happy things that are coming into play, an expansion of your psychic abilities, an expansion of your consciousness, and that's what that card represents. Okay, so let's do one more for Jasmine. So that was a good card. Whoa. We don't want that one. That was the unseelie court. That's the one that brings in not so good messages. So far, you guys have gotten good cards. So, knock on wood. Waking the spirit up in the wood here. Okay. You go, Jasmine. Oh, look at that. Jasmine got the Changeling card. This is that Changeling. This is saying that something, and again, these are the pessimistic part of the cards I'm not too caring about. This is saying that something that's being shown to you is more of a wolf's in sheep clothing. So tread lightly with care. If there's an opportunity coming out, look nicely. I was right about my question. Look closely into research, if there's a change you want to do in your life and so forth. Look for the stuff that might be hidden below the surface that might come off as, oh, this is a great opportunity, and then ends up sucking the life from you. So do be careful of that. Awesome. Thank you, Adam, for letting me know. So let's do Adam now. Adam, put your energy into the cards there, lovey. All right. Adam. You got the wood loose. I'm going to take the top card that flipped over. Okay, so the wood loose, okay. He's telling you, Adam, to get back to nature. He's telling you to spend time outside. You need to get into the sunshine. You need to spend more time out in nature connecting with all the abundance that's around you. So basically, when he appears in your card, he's telling you that you're too much into electronics, you're too much into games and playing videos and Harry Potter and other stuff. And he's telling you at least go sit out every day for at least 15 minutes under the sun. That's a wonderful thing to do. So he's just telling you to get back to your primal side, your side that connects with the earth's energies. Okay. So you're welcome, Jasmine. One more, Adam. Let's see what we get. I got some really creepy cards in here. They have one that's called the Boogeyman. I haven't showed him to you. He's not a good character at all. There we go. All right. You got this twice, Adam. So they're really telling you to get away from the Wi-Fi and get your butt out in nature. Put your feet on the ground. I know it's winter right now, but at least, go cop a squat under a tree and meditate or something. So you've gotten this card twice. So I'm going to leave that card out. Okay. I'm going to shuffle it one more time, Adam. Because that's kind of like the same card. It is the same card. Okay. Take a break from Hogwarts. There you go. Knitter! Oh, okay. All right, so you got the Groshi, which is the fairy cow. The Groshi is very good. It actually tells you, it's almost like a wish card again. It's telling you that something that you've wished for, something that you're wishing or hoping to manifest in your life is going to come to pass. It is going to happen. Again, keep your thoughts pure. See yourself in the here and now with it. Say if you're moving to a new house, see yourself in that new house. Take that emotion. This is called quantum leaping, guys. Take that emotion of being in the new house and being content and happy with your spouse and so forth, and bring that to the here and now, and it will manifest quicker for you. So basically, this is the wish card for you here, hon. Okay, so Sarah. Concentrate. Okay. So this is for Sarah. Sinister. She'll probably get a creepy card you watch. The Boogeyman will come out. That would be bad. Excuse me. We had to take care of the dryer today, and it was playing in the lint and everything and cleaning out all the lint. You're welcome, Adam. So welcome. And I was cleaning out, and I had cat hair and stuff in there, so my asthma's a little kicked up right now, so forgive. All right, I'm good now. All right, come on, Sarah. Let's see what we got here. Then we'll do Penny next. Penny, 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 Penny. All right. I think we're just going to cut the cards for Sarah. Here we go, Sarah's. Wow. All right. Well, we all know that Sarah plays too much up in the upstairs in the attic. Okay, let's do another one. It's telling you to get back with Adam to go play into nature. So I think they're telling us to go to the Anderson Cemetery when they come. That's what I'm feeling with that card. Yay! All right, Sarah. Oh, there we go. Oh my God, this card is haunting me tonight. All right, Sarah, you and Adam need to get out in nature. Drumming's a great thing to do too. If you can't get outside, oh my God, I'm throwing cards everywhere. Hello. Playing the drum actually here connects with the earth's energies too. Redo. I think I got them all. Okay. Oh. All right, let's try this again, Sarah. If I get him again, I'm taking him out of the deck because that card is just haunting me. All right. The Bowen she is what you got. This is not a great card. She tells you that sickness is coming into play. She's saying that your energy is getting low and that you should consider doing more meditations. Again, getting outside, that Woodwoo's card, and that explains they kind of play together here. It's important to get outside, get fresh air, get sunshine when you can, because she heralds in sickness, not death, but sickness, a time of needing to re-energize yourself and take time away from being so stressed. Okay. Penny. Concentrate on the cards and send your energy to the cards. Here we go. Oh, well, that was a quick one. Oh, you got Queen Una. She's an awesome card. She means that a wish that you have is going to come to fruition. So Queen Una, she's queen of the fairies, queen of the fae. She heralds in brand new energy, health energy. She's going to bring in more abundance to you. And what you're wishing for is going to come to fruition. So that's a great card. Queen Una's awesome. One more, Penny. Let's do this. I will be playing on my deathbed just to spit. I'll move your deathbed outside, so at least you can get some fresh air. Okay. Well, all right, we're going to go with the very top card, okay? The fairy horse, which is the Kelpie. Again, this is a very good being. If it's upside down, of course, it does have a reversed meaning. The Kelpie heralds possible vacation coming to be, that you're going to be traveling. The Kelpie horse takes you to your desired places that you wish to go. So that's a really great card, the Kelpie. Okay, so now who are we moving on to? Shane. Oh, Michael, too. Shane, put your energy into the cards. There's sunshine. And I'll make sure your deathbed's outside in the snow and in the sunshine. Okay. Tell Vincent I need to get a cabin. Okay. All right. Shane's ready to rock and roll. Here we go, Shane. Oops, that one fell. Okay. Oh, the Tamlin. The Tamlin can represent a false love. Okay. The Tamlin, when he comes in, it usually represents that somebody that you think is a true love it's just a dream. It's like a pipe dream. But this can also pertain to, stand up, sorry. This can also pertain to not just a person in your life, but it can also pertain to a past love relationship that you thought was secure and that was great with, someone in your family, and that it was all illusion there. So he represents a false illusion when it comes to love. So that's the Tamlin. Okay, let's do another one. Whoops, that was quick. Okay, Luna Star. So Luna Star, I always take it to, so June. I usually get the month of June with this card because that is when Luna Star is. So June, it's there's going to be a party in June. There's going to be a celebration, get together of family gathering. I'm seeing a family gathering, Shane, for you. I don't know if your family was planning on something in the month of June, but I'm seeing a gathering, maybe a birthday, but it's going to be huge, bonfire and that type of thing. Okay. So who else have I got in here? Have I got everybody? Yell at me if I didn't get you. Jasmine. Oh, Chris, my goodness, Chris, are you still here? Chris, you got to put your energy into the cards, my dear. And we'll do a card reading for you. So these cards, I usually like to do a full spread. The Celtic spread is usually what I do because I can actually lead and I can see a story, and it's so hard to do it because I don't have the room to do it on my desk. Wow, that was quick. You got King Finvara. King Finvara represents legal matters. He represents the right to the wrong. It's almost like a karma card. It's anything that you've been mistreated, someone's mistreated you in the past. It's telling you that karmic debt is going to come due for that person. So this is actually a good card. This means that you're being vindicated. Good things are coming your way. So that's King Finvara, represents legal matters. He represents, so for instance, say if you had a legal battle going on, he's telling you that you're going to win the case, so to speak. I actually did a reading on myself the day before, when I did the automatic writing too, the one I read to you last time that said I was going to win my case the next day, and I did. This is the card that actually came up, so that's kind of crazy. So let's do one more for Chris. And if I've missed somebody in here, just say me. Okay, I think I got everybody. Whoop, card just flipped. Okay, yep. And we have the Fairy Heart, which is the unicorn. Again, this is a very good card too. This is getting back to nature. Also too, getting out, feeling good power of energy coming around you now. Old stagnant energy now is going to be stepping away from you, and you've got a rush of good energy coming into you, is what this card represents for you, Chris. Sadness, I feel depression, things that you might have been battling with, it's going to start to lift. Your heart's not going to be so heavy anymore, Chris, and it's going to lighten up. Okay, dear? That's what that card stands for. Okay, so I'm going to say hello again. Hi. All right, I'm going to finagle everything back to my little beautiful house over there so we can see. Okay, so this basically is Leprechauns. March is Happy New Year. Everything is going to be opening up for us. This is the month when things are really going to start to happen. Energy is really flowing in. I got something flying over here. Energy is really going to start coming in. Any restraints that have been constricting you, Vincent, are going to start to fall away. And don't forget to cut cords. If you have people in your life, okay, that are you don't have a great relationship, usually somebody in their families, don't forget to cut the cord from them, okay? And then fill your heart up with love and connect a new cord. And what you're doing is you're getting rid of that stale old cord that might be binding you up and keeping the energy from flowing to you. So that's really important. So, an old Irish blessing, may love and laughter light your days and warm your heart and home. May good and faithful friends be yours whenever you may roam. May peace and plenty bless your world with joy that long endures. May all life's passing seasons bring the best to you and yours. Okay, I wish to thank you guys all for being here tonight. Next week's class is Hecate, Keeper of the Crossroads, Keeper of Magic, the Black Sun. So we will be discussing her in depth. She is my prime go-to for learning about the darkness and learning about how to deal with demons. She has taught me. So she is an amazing being. She can control these demons. So anyway, so it's quite intriguing. So again, I thank you all for being here tonight. I just want to make sure that was kind of what? Oh, that's kind of. Oh, you're very welcome. So thank you all for being here tonight. God bless. And oh, sorry, Hecate is not next week. Yes, it is. Hecate is next week. Okay, my bad. All right, so Hecate and then St. Patrick's Day. Okay, I had them flipped in my head because I do that. So anyway, thank you all for being here tonight. Penny, Julie, Adam, Vincent, Angie, Jasmine, my beautiful mod, of course, Adam, my other beautiful mod, Chris and Sarah and Shane and everybody else and anybody else who stopped by. Please don't forget to like. Look, they're coming in to like this video, my beautiful. You guys want to come say goodnight? Can you fly in and say goodnight to everybody? My beautiful elementals. So anyway, so again, next week's class, and I'm going to have my witch cards. You have not seen my witch cards. So we will be doing more tarot readings next week for you guys after Hecate. So God bless. And again, thank you all for being here and much love and light. And remember, guys, shine, shine, shine. You keep shining that light. See you next week.